Greetings and salutations, fellow pilots. This is Akirishin. You are looking at the American Lockheed P-38F Lightning Heavy Fighter, and I've been flying this aircraft quite a bit and have had tremendous success in it. I've really enjoyed flying it. So, generally, this aircraft has a powerful machine gun and autocannon armament that is effective against aircraft with high survivability. So those would be your bombers and your ground attack aircraft, other heavy fighters. It has four 12.7 millimeter machine guns that do 38 damage per second each with a rate of fire of 700 rounds per minute, very high, good for starting some fires there. 500 meter effective firing range, which is, mediocre, I guess. You have a 37 millimeter cannon, which is very effective. Does 140 damage per second, rate of fire of 120 rounds per minute. A slightly longer effective firing range of 520 meters. So the aircraft has good survivability, but it does have, as it says, large dimensions, so it is, vulnerable for those critical hits, and the engines are vulnerable. I can tell you that I'm glad I have this aircraft at specialist level, because at specialist level you get 2 engine-related consumables. And I really like the emergency engine cooling, because having that extra speed is really nice. But when you don't have specialist level, you have to choose between that and the engine restart consumable, which is very important, because when I first started flying this aircraft, I only had the emergency engine cooling consumable before I had it to specialist level. And the engine would go out several times. So it's nice having a specialist level and being able to have both of those consumables. High airspeed, indeed it does. It has a long-lasting boost, 25 seconds, which is very nice. It has low effectiveness in maneuver in combat. However, it's not too bad. I found it to be reasonably maneuverable with our equipment choices. We'll go over those in a minute. It's not the best in the world, but it's certainly not the worst either. It's a mid-altitude aircraft, and it does have some ground attack capability, but not a lot. Basically, when I fly into a new sector, I'll use the rockets to take out maybe one large ground target, and then turn my attention to aircraft. You can carry bombs or rockets. I choose rockets just because you can use them against other aircraft, especially in head-on confrontations. So it's nice to have that capability. So that's why I go with the rockets. All right. So in terms of equipment for the cockpit, I have chosen the Advanced Cullinator sight, which has plus 11% accuracy of forward-firing offensive armaments, and that's really nice. You do have the negative of -7% pilot's resistance to injuries. However, I attempt to address that by making sure I equip the emergency medical kit consumable, which restores our injured pilot if he does, suffer a injury. We can get him up to speed again, and then also protect them from additional injury for 10 seconds, or at least less of a chance of injury for the next 10 seconds after using it. Bonus characteristics, because we have enhanced and calibrated this particular piece of equipment, plus 10% chance of causing a fire, plus 5% accuracy when firing at moving targets. Again, really nice to have that extra accuracy. No airframe equipment, unfortunately. For the engine, went with Advanced Lightweight Power Unit, which has plus 5.5% yaw maneuverability, which I really don't use yaw maneuverability very much. I have recently started using it on bombers, which I'll feature in the future, but not really for this aircraft. But you do get a plus 2.4% maneuverability in turns. The negative is minus 10% engine's resistance to critical damage, which is, that's pretty significant, especially since the engine's already vulnerable. Bonus characteristics, plus 1% acceleration with boost activated, plus 0.5% cruise speed. But again, to address that engine vulnerability, we have equipped the engine restart. Also, we have equipped here improved uprated engine, which increases engine thrust by 3.5%, acceleration without the boost, plus 1.9% cruise speed, minus 11% resistance to fire though, plus 1% acceleration without the boost. Now, because we do have that increased fire chance, I have equipped as a pilot skill the fire resistance, which decreases the duration and damage done by fire. So, we're always trying to achieve good synergy between our equipment, consumables, and our pilot skills, so they're all working together. That's very important, I think. For forward firing weapon, I went with improved long gun barrels, which increases the range of fire by 6.1%. For forward firing armaments, I think that's really nice to be able to put rounds on the target sooner. You do have minus 4% burst length of forward firing offensive armament, but as a bonus characteristics, plus 5% chance of inflicting critical damage, which is really nice. Looking at the other pieces of equipment we could have equipped, in the cockpit, we could have gone with cockpit armor, which would increase cruise resistance to injuries, but we would lose aircraft maneuverability, and this aircraft is already said to be low maneuverability, so I didn't want to make that situation worse, so I didn't go with that. For the engine, we could have gone with engine armor protection, which would increase the engine's resistance to damage, but at the cost of speed, and speed is this aircraft's probably main defensive measure. We could have gone with combined injection boost system, which would increase boost efficiency, but the boost would be less available, and didn't want to do that. For forward firing weapons, we could have gone with reinforced bolt carriers, which would increase burst length, but at the cost of accuracy. I did not want to lose accuracy with these forward firing weapons, so didn't go that route. Could have gone with gas operated action, which would increase the rate of fire, but again you'd lose accuracy, and I just don't want to lose accuracy. Consumables we haven't discussed. The secondary control system, which restores controllability of wings and tail for when you get critically hit there, so that's really nice to have. And for our forward firing weapon, I went with fragmentation ammunition, maximum chance of inflicting critical damage, recommended for auto cannons. We do have machine guns here, so a very viable choice would be to go with universal ammunition, which kind of is the best of both worlds in terms of causing fire and inflicting critical damage. It might even be a better choice for this aircraft, given that you do have machine guns, not just cannons. But, I've got these fragmentation ammunition in the depot. I've got several of them. I've got 215 there, so I'm like, oh, what the heck, I'll use them. And they seem to do okay, but you'd be fine with universal ammunition, maybe even better. Pilot skills with Marksman 1, which reduces dispersion of forward firing weapons by 5%, significantly increases the chance of hitting a target. So I think that's very important. Could also equip Marksman 2, which I think would be a very viable option, but instead I went with more maneuverability related skills, specifically Aerodynamics Expert, which increases by 40% the effects of all of our equipment that helped our maneuverability, and Aerobatics Expert, which increases maneuverability in all axes by 2%. Now you do a lot of fighting with other heavy fighters and such, and it is nice to get the maneuverability edge on them, and that has saved me many a time. So while I wish I could get that Marksman 2, I've just found that extra maneuverability to save my tail many times, literally. Already mentioned the fire resistance. I had one extra skill point, so I just went with eagle-eyed, so we're seeing enemy aircraft sooner rather than later. Kind of plan ahead and get the jump on them. In terms of the aircraft's specifications, maximum optimal altitude is 2,100 meters. Service ceiling is 4,100 meters. Rate of climb 95 meters per second. Maneuverability 13.1 seconds on the turn, which is that's pretty bad. Honestly, it's pretty bad. Rate of roll is 92 degrees per second, which is, I have found this aircraft to roll pretty decently, actually. Maximum optimal speed 600 kilometers per hour. Stall speed is 180 kilometers per hour. This aircraft, I have noticed, does tend to stall. So, just be mindful of that. Boost speed 620 kilometers per hour. As I mentioned, 25-second boost. Dives pretty well at 850 kilometers per hour. Cumulative damage for the rockets, 9,000 damage. Forward firing weapons, cumulative damage is 292 damage per second. Optimal distance is 552 meters. Optimal distance, by the way, for firing the rockets, 1,020 meters. In terms of paint schemes, this is Desert, which is my favorite on this aircraft. This is Summer, Winter, and Marine. Go back to Desert. Alright, so that is my build for the P-38F Specialist aircraft. Let's head into a battle now and see how it performs. Okay, so we'll be fighting over the plateau, Weapon of Revenge, Theater of Operation in our P-38F.
Attention, you are entering the combat zone. Get ready for battle. Good luck.
Okay, and we will head to the airfield over here first. Always good to have an airfield in your possession, and that is a repair field, so that's nice as well. If you need to go back there and get repairs, you can.
Pilots, get ready for action.
So we've got a 25-second boost, and what I usually do is use all but 10 of that to get to the first objective. And we'll save that 10 seconds of boost so that if we need it, it is there. And I think we will try to take out that ground target here with our rockets. And then we'll focus on the aircraft. Using air brakes here to try to stay behind this guy, which is not easy. This is a pretty fast aircraft.
The airfield is ours.
All right. Well, let's head on to the rocket base here. What do we have up there? I'm gonna let him go, because we can end up spending most of our time just trying to catch up to that guy and get to altitude and stalling out all the time. Alright. Alright, we'll come back around here. Make another pass at that ground attack aircraft. And we've got another ground attack aircraft up here. We'll intercept him and take him out, hopefully.
The enemy is launching rockets at us from the military base.
Yeah, I was hoping to get that other ground attack aircraft before the LA took us out, but didn't quite happen. But hey, we're back into action. So yay. And what do we have here? We'll finish off this ground attack aircraft that we were working on. Hopefully without dying into the ground. Swing around here. Pitch up from the side. And we'll kind of stall out here a little bit. Use that to come around. I guess we put him on fire. He wasn't able to take it out. Got an enemy aircraft here on our friendly. See if we can help him out. There we go. Alright, so we'll head over here to the military base. And I'm using my engine cooling consumable to get us there as soon as possible. So it would be nice to stop them from taking it. Well, they already have it, but it'd be nice if we could work on this air defense aircraft here. And we're just gonna do some weaving and dodging here. Hopefully get that fellow to go past us. He is in a heavy fighter, so that can and we were able to get away from the heavy fighter, but the LA got us again. I think we're gonna have to address Dear Dave there. Seems to be messing up our gameplay there. We have over there, got a bomber over there at our garrison. Careful here we don't dive out into the ground. Alright, should be able to take this ground attack aircraft out here. Cannons do overheat, but you can see that you can get a pretty good amount out of them before they do. We'll get up here and deal with this multi-role that's on our friendlies.
Enemy object damaged.
There we go. Alright, back to the military base. And let's see if we can't find our buddy Dave.
A line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
Haven't seen him yet.
The military base has been captured by the enemy. Shape up, pilot.
He's got a low health here. Let's see if we can finish him off. Try to escape this fire here.
That's it. There's no way to break through you now. You're on your own.
Stayed behind us, he probably would have had us, but for whatever reason he broke off. So that's good. Sometimes you just gotta hang in there. See from the mini-map we've got something working in behind us there. Dive down here and try to get away from it. So we do have some enemy targets behind us. Heavy fighter. We are very low health and we're past the squall line. Well, that's it, folks. We are done. We did what we could there. Where's our team? Holy cow. Well, I don't know what else we could have done there. We did not have a lot of support, as you can see. Our team is pretty much nowhere to be found there.
The enemy has control of all key objects. You cannot leave it like that.
So not a very good round for our team there, but I think that the P-38F performed well.
Turn back. The enemy force is too strong.
Okay, so Flying Raider badge. Conqueror, #1 spot on the team, 4 chevrons on the grade rank, and Subjugator. We'll probably have a couple more medals when we get back to the hangar, which we will go to now and check out the after action report. Okay, so was a defeat there for the team, but see 43k in currency, 2142 in experience points, 107 in free experience points. Did pick up a couple extra medals as I thought we would. Effective fire and flying start. 14 kills, 1 assist, captured 2 sectors. 10,720 in personal points, which is more personal points than the #1 player on the enemy team. So like I said, I don't know that there was much more we could have done there. So it would have been nice to have had a victory, but yeah, don't think we had the backup there that maybe we needed. Okay, well, let's head into another one. Okay, so our second battle will be over the Archipelago Retaliation Theater of Operation. And we'll head over here to the command center. Try to get that secured, and then from there we'll head on to the garrison or deal with whatever's coming our way.
You are approaching the area of combat operations. Be ready.
Let him finish. If we need to defend the command center, we may stay there. If it's not in danger, we'll head on to the garrison. Good looking aircraft from the front view there.
Get ready for action. Let's go.
Alright, so we'll come in here and I think take out a ship first. Might as well, right? And then we'll take on some enemy aircraft. Over here, let's see what we can do about this fellow. Ah, something's chewing on us. And we'll just do a little rolling here so we can get behind this guy instead of going back and forth. Again, we'll do a little rolling, as we are getting attacked here by a more maneuverable fighter. Can't get him, but maybe we can get that air defense aircraft. Did we take him out? Nah, I didn't think we would. He's a little tougher built than we are. Alright. Come on, clock. Let us back in. And we'll head back over to the command center. Save 10 seconds of our boost. Oh, they're making a lot of headway over there. They're in force. Alright, so let's take out that now let's take out this low health multi-role first. It's also targeting one of our friendlies. And then we'll draw our attention to the specialist aircraft down here. Seems like a good target to take out. Also the guy that took us out.
The command center is ours. Establishing communication with the main headquarters.
Goodbye. Alright. And we'll head our engine cooling consumable so we can try to catch up to this fellow here, this heavy fighter. Try not to collide with our friendly there. And I'm just going to roll here and hope that that fellow goes right past us, which he did. Nice how that works, isn't it? Okay. Got an F4U1. Love that aircraft. But I like blowing it up even more. Couple shots on him. He's coming around, so we should be able to get another shot at him.
The command centers are under our control. Communication with the headquarters established.
Gotcha. Tried to get him with a rocket, but yeah, it's hard to do, especially from that angle. You really got to be right on, right lined up perfectly for that. Okay, I think we've
Air suppression
No, spoke too soon. Got a multi-roll at F4U1 is back for more. We will oblige. Come on, don't stall. Come on. There we go. Finally lined up. Alright, we got a heavy fighter over here who's hopefully gonna swing around for us. Is he? I think. Is he coming around? Okay, we'll use our engine cooling consumable. Gotcha. Alright. Well, they really want this command center, don't they? Haven't been able to get away from it.
Way to go! Victory is close.
Okay.
That's it. There's no way to break through for you now.
See if we can get away from the command center here and do something else. And we've got this specialist JU-87. We're not going to let him ram us again, I don't think. We'll come back around here.
Great job today. We'll be waiting for you back home.
Okay. So #1 spot on the team, 1 chevron on the grade rank, and subjugator, and victory. So let's head back to the hangar. Take a look at things. Boy, they just really wanted that command center. We couldn't get away from it. That happens sometimes. Alright. Also picked up effective fire there, 50,000 plus in currency, 2,300 plus in experience points, 118 in free experience. 9 kills there. Did over 3,100 in damage to aerial targets. Took out 1 ground target, 3 assists, and only destroyed once. And apparently we shot that aircraft down later. Oh, that must have been the JU... Is it JU-88? Yeah, the JU-88 that rammed us. We were able to shoot him down later. So 10,160 in personal points. Very nice. I really enjoyed flying this aircraft, folks. The P-38F Lightning. Let's see, we'll put desert. I really like the desert camo on this. Alright, so if you do get the opportunity to fly the P-38F, even at specialist level as I have this aircraft, I hope you enjoy it as much as I have and have great success.